Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing with the Stacey Marie Carnival XL Pro Palette, and by God is it amazing. Like, the formula is amazing, the colours are amazing, and it's just lovely to play with. I did do another look with this. I popped it on my Instagram, but I didn't film that one. It was like a blue and green sort of look. I'll pop a picture of that up here for you guys. And yeah, I love this palette. I can see myself making many videos with it. So I did do the eyelash hack where you put the eyelash glue straight on your eyelash and then pop the eyelash on. It worked amazingly. So just another thing that I've learned, and hopefully you guys can take that with you and try it out yourselves. But please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, drop me a like and a comment down below, and stay in touch with me. And if you want to follow me on Instagram as well, that would be lovely. So yeah, if you want to see how we got to this look in the end, then please carry on watching. Right guys, let's get cracking on this left eye. We're going with something different for a change to prime with. It's the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. Just because I thought I'd try something different. You guys are probably fed up of seeing me use PLouise base by now. So I'm just picking some up on this nameless dough colour brush. And we're going to pop it everywhere. So I'm just going to pat that out with my finger. I should really do this with my PLouise base, but I don't. Now, if you guys saw my last video, you would have seen that I used those magnetic lashes, and I haven't been able to do any makeup for a couple of days because I did have quite a bad allergic reaction to them. I can't take any antihistamine because I'm pregnant, so I just had to put up and shut up with the allergic reaction for a few days. So I kind of have been thinking about doing this look for a couple of days. And yeah, I thought we'd have a go at a bit of a sunset halo-y eye and see how we get on. So we are going to use the Stacey Marie palette, as you already know. And I'm going to start by using the shade Inferno, this one, the bright red, and I'm going to use it on my Jeffree Star JS13 brush. So I'm going to start by just mapping out that shape that I want, which is that nice round halo-y sort of shape. So I'm just going to use the bright orange shade Lit next on the same brush. And I'm just sort of doing, as PLouise says, 50% on top of the other shade and blending as we go. You can't really see the colour difference between those two shades. It's not really picking up on camera, but there is a bit of a difference. So next we are going in with the bright yellow shade Keen, this one. And we're going to use the Morphe M152 brush for that. And that's going, same again, 50% on. So I'm just going to buff that out with my Jessup 223 Petite Blender, the bit more of the shade Keen on it. Just need to make it a little bit bigger because it needs to match that other one. Although nothing really tends to match on this channel, does it? So I'm just going to go back in with those shades again to re-intensify them. So I'm going back in with that red first, the Inferno. Now I'm going in with the shade Lit on the Jeffree Star JS13 brush. And then the shade Keen, the yellow, on my Jessup 223. So now we're going to go in with the darker shade, which is the shade Reckless, this one just here. And it's as close to a real dark red that I could get to in this palette. So we're going to use that on my Morphe M149 brush. I can go as low as I want with this because it is going to get covered up by the halo, but it's about how high we go, and I don't want to go too high, so I'm just being really cautious with this. So every so often I just sort of look straight ahead and drop my eyes to make sure that it is above my crease, because I still want it to be seen above my crease like this side is, but not too high, so it's still the same sort of size as the other one. That's in an attempt to make it match. And it's going to come all the way down into each corner to deepen them up. So I'm just making that a little bit more round, that shape, before we start blending it out. Okay, so now we're going to use a Jessup 230 brush, and we're going to use the shade Inferno to blend out that dark red. So I'm just running that along all of the shade Reckless to blend it out. So I'm just cleaning off my brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Reckless again, the dark one, the dark purple, and I'm just using the tiniest amount on my brush to blend it out. I'm just holding my brush right at the very tip and doing little circular motions. So we're just going to start working on that centre portion now. I know it looks a bit uneven and a bit messy now, but it's going to come together, and we just have to trust the process. So we're going to start putting some of those other shades in there now. So we're going to use Inferno on my Morphe Jeffree Star JS13. And we want the halo to be sort of wider at the top than it is at the bottom. So I'm mainly focusing on getting those shades in closer to my eyelashes more than anything. And now I'm going to use the shade Lit, that orangey shade, on the same brush again. Could probably do this eye look with one brush, to be honest. Well, I really couldn't, I take that one back. So we've got those colours in there now, they're ready just as a reference so I know what's got to go where. So I'm going to use my PLouise base to, it's not even cut the crease, is it? It's draw my halo, I don't know. But I'm going to use my PLouise base to do the next bit anyway. I did try doing this on the other eye with my MAC paint pot, but it just wasn't right. It was a bit bitty, if that makes sense. And I'm using my Lamora small shader to do that. So I've popped some on my back of my hand, and it's going to go straight down the middle. So rather than dragging, I'm just patting with my brush here. So I like my halo eye to have sort of like wings either side at the top, if that makes sense. You'll see in a second. There we go, so that is the halo eye laid out. That's what we're going to be aiming for. Just going to use my little finger to pat the edges. And now we're going to use the Morphe Jeffree Star brush again to pop some of the shade Lit right on those edges. Okay, and now, the fun part, we're going to use the Morphe M508, and we're going to use this gold glitter shade, Fortune. And I'm going to use it dry first, and then I will do a layer of it wet. It's super creamy. So I'm just going to do a layer of it wet using my Primark primer water. And we are going to spill it out onto the edges, so it's going to go over that orange shade. So that brush isn't actually precise enough to get right up until the edge of the halo right at the top. So I'm going to have a go with this MAC 194 brush. I'm going to use it wet as well. Now we're going to go back in with that orange shade on my Jessup 237, just on the sides. And then to help that blend in a little bit better, Jeffree Star brush. It is my absolute favourite brush, if you haven't already noticed. I would have ideally liked a orangey sort of shimmer to do this with, but I don't have one. There is a red shimmer in the palette, but I wanted it more orangey toned. So I'm using a bit more of the shimmer right in the centre. So now is the really fun bit. We get to put some glitter on, and we're going to use the Revolution Eye Glisten. I'm going to use this end of it, the sparkly gold, and this is in the shade, it doesn't have a shade name. So I'm just taking it out, and I'm going to use my Morphe M250-0 brush. It's super tiny, and I'm going to get some glitter off of the doe foot, like so. And start by running it all the way over the top. And this just helps to define the halo that little bit more, so it helps to define that line at the top and the wings at the side. I call them wings. I don't know if they're supposed to be called wings. So that's pretty much it for the eye look. I'm just going to go off camera and pop on the eyeliners, wipe off the fallout, get the rest of my base done, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. I'm going to aim for a really sort of glowy base, so if I come back and I look super matte, then I've done a bad job, but fingers crossed I'm going to be glowy. So I will see you in just a couple of seconds. Okay guys, so base is all done. I've done my lash and I've done my under eye on this eye, so I'm just going to do my under eye with you now. So we're going to go in with that shade Reckless, the dark red, and run it quite tight to my waterline. And now we're going to use this shade Lit, and we're going to use it on, that same brush. I'm just running it through my colour switch. So Lit is that bright orange shade. And then the yellow shade Keen is going up next to that on my Morphe Jeffree Star JS13. And I'm going to pop some liner on. I got these LA Girl Shockwave liners from Beauty Bay, and this is the yellow shade called Screamin', and they are amazing. I've got some on already, but I'm just going to pop some more on. And they're just so pigmented. And I got a blue as well, so I'm going to try and use that in my next video with you guys. There we go. So I'm just going to pop some mascara on off camera, and then I'm going to come back and do my lash with you, because I used the lash hack and I've fallen in love with it again. Much better than the magnetic ones. So I'll be right back in just a tick. Okay guys, so the mascara's dry and we're ready to pop the eyelash glue on. I use dark eyelash glue, which is why I put black eyeliner on, because I don't actually have any clear eyelash glue on like a liner brush like this, so that's why I put some eyeliner on. So yeah, we're just going to run it along that line where the eyeliner is, and then pop the lash straight on. Although this is my left eye, so I can't guarantee I'll be as good. And it does go all in your eyelashes. So just let it dry for a couple of seconds, not as long as you normally would on a normal eyelash. And yeah, just in theory, this is going to go on nicely. The other eye did, so let's hope that this one does. And I'm going to use tweezers because I can't get my right hand in properly. So it doesn't help when you have eyelash glue on your tweezers. These are my Doll Beauty eyelashes in the style Divine. They had a sale on the other day, so I have got some more coming. And that's it. It's dry and it's on and it's stuck. that is definitely my new eyelash hack. So we're done. This is the final look. What do you guys think? I actually think it came together really well in the end. I think it doesn't even necessarily need an eyelash, not one as big as this anyway, because when I do look straight ahead, it does block the halo out. But you can still sort of see it through it. I love, love, love this neon eyeliner. Can't wait to keep playing with it. And this whole look was inspired because I knew I wanted to play with this eyeliner. And yeah, it's come together really nicely. The lip is not the best kind of lip that I would go for. It doesn't really match too well, but I'm not too fussed about that. We come here for the eyes anyway. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, drop me a like, and follow me on Instagram so we can all stay in touch. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well and keeping entertained and keeping safe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.